Hello, friends of teleSUR. Welcome to another program of the Mano Del Diez. We are here with Diego,
How are
People's
you
Diego.
doing, Victor Hugo? It's a pleasure being here in another episode for people in teleSUR. And also for the people who watch the Mano Del
In
Diez.
the Mano Del Diez, absolutely. Today, perhaps you have a balance of what you have seen in the World Cup so far.
Well, my balance is quite positive. We've seen some very interesting games, as the Spain-Portugal. And the most impressive game that I watched was Mexico against Germany, because Mexico played excellent game. And then Argentina, that was able to make it with an excellent goal of Messi, who finally was able to find the back of the net and using his right foot as well. And then, well, the first round was very good. There were a lot of goals and some very good players. And now the ones in the next round will have to demonstrate how they are really doing, because perhaps the first round, often you have some easy games, but now all easy games are over. The ones where you can speculate, where you can go ahead and do so. And this is all over now. Now, this is a different World Cup.
And if not, ask Germany.
Ask Germany. Yeah? I told you before that they were already very upset after the first game. The second one, well, the third one actually, they were beaten by Korea, where Germany was a team. Apparently they had some problems in the dressing rooms before. But Germany, well, they weren't probably too bold, but they weren't very good in the midfield and the defense. The midfield was no man's land. And we saw a team of Germany where the midfield was only for two players. And this was a problem with Germany. Whenever they were attacked, well, going back, okay? And with this, that's the reason why Germany is no longer in the World Cup.
What teams were the best during the group stages?
Well, Mexico. First of all, Mexico, then Uruguay. Very solid. Belgium. Some of the stars that we were expecting were playing very well. And additionally, Argentina. Well, I would put my money on Argentina, even though we're facing a possible champion. That's France.
Do you see France the possibility of going through?
Yes, because they have Mbappé, they have Griezmann, and Kanté in the middle of the field. They have a keeper who, for a very long time, I haven't seen a goalkeeper making such fewer mistakes as Lloris.
You have named players. Now, as the president of a team in Belarus, who would you buy from the World Cup?
I really liked Lozano, the Mexican lad. I would take him to my team. But it's all about the budget, right? But either way, we're going to speak about this, and I would bring him to my team. I already have hired Campestrini. He's going to play with us now. So I'm very confident of my goalkeeper today. And then we can see other players that are rising. Players that I don't know as part of my team. This could be very helpful in Dinamo, and they could be very, very useful. And then see whether we can also bring some even better players than what we're speaking about.
Can we say, Diego, metaphorically speaking, that a fantastic player has been the video assistant referee?
I think so. Today, everyone is speaking about the VAR. And with my friend the Colombian, Mauricio. We were there, and we said it wasn't a penalty. And I said, I don't think it's a penalty. Why? Because he's using the back of his foot and touches the ball. If Mane would open his body, then it would be a penalty. But as he didn't touch the ball any longer, and Davinson Sanchez was able to be ahead of him, then this is where the referee checks the VAR and decided it wasn't a penalty. It was clean.
Can you take into account the change that caused in the match?
Of course. Of course, because Colombia, well, if it would have been a penalty, it would have been different. But apparently, Senegal was going to take the advantage. However, with very good criteria from the referee, he watched the play again, he took his time, he didn't rush, and he allowed everyone around the world, the VAR, can also change a game. Because Colombia is not the same. It's not the same if you're a 0-0
than losing 1-0.
If you're losing 1-0. Senegal was going to tie the game.
And what about Korea with Germany? The first goal that was disallowed.
Yes, it was disallowed.
For an offside.
Well, I don't know.
It has been a very good from FIFA to be able to include this.
It's been a very good input, yeah. And when I spoke to Infantino, I told him that I agreed with the VAR because I thought that if a player dives and gets a yellow, then when it's a penalty and they go to the VAR and they will also be able to see that the player comes with the play.
Another thing that has finished, Diego, is the matches that were played at different times when they are trying to progress.
That is very good. Because there's no advantage there. There's no sporting advantage for anyone. We saw many World Cups with games where they were screaming Tongo, Tongo, Tongo in Spain, and they wouldn't even go beyond the midfield, and it was shameful. It was a disgrace. But with this, I think that it's another good thing from FIFA.
Let's go to a commercial break watching one of your matches, Germany, Austria.
That's true.
Argentina.
Shameful.
Which was awful. And please, let's ask our people to go into the commercial break.
De la Mano Del Diez.
Football is a game, and up until the final minute, anything can happen. Or not. Even though it goes against the essence of sporting, some matches have gone to history for having begun presumably with the fixed result. The most emblematic one is between Germany and Austria in Spain in 1982. The German team, which was very strong, had a very interesting start when they lost to Algeria. And Austria was able to beat Chile 1-0. During the second match day, the Germans beat Chile and Austria beat Algeria. Then during the last match day, the Africans beat the South Americans, and only the following day did Germany and Austria play. They already knew that by Germans winning 1-0 would qualify both of them to the second phase of the World Cup. And that's what happened. There was a goal by Horst Gruelt at the 10 minutes of the first match, and then nothing else happened. There was no attack, there was no play, and there was no shots on target. The match had finished. Even though nothing could have been proven that there was a pact between them, the passive attitude on both teams during 80 minutes generated a lot of interesting things between the fans that were against this. Out, out, out. Let them kiss, let them kiss. The episode, which was called embarrassing, generated a change that is kept until the common day. Starting from Mexico 86, the matches that are at the end are played together. And let's continue, friends of telesur, in the Mano del Diez. It is a day, Diego, which is very special.
Very special day. I was just the youth world champion in Japan, and I knew what being a world champion was. Because when I was 19, well, many of us don't have the chance to do so, but 1986, we had a national team that wasn't prepared. They weren't prepared to bring in so much joy. Because we arrived at Mexico, and we felt that Mexico City was overwhelming, that we couldn't breathe well. There were players that wanted to leave, and some of them told me, okay, I'm going to leave. I'm not going to stay here. Listen, if I go there, I touch the ball, and whenever I want to go back, then I'm unable to do so. But we were able to convince them. And after being through Barranquilla, this was crucial, I would say this, where we tied, we draw 0-0. It was very, very unfortunate. There was a game in Bogota. We canceled this game. We told Bilardo to cancel it, and he said, no, I want this game. But we told him, it is better for us to get used to Mexico City, to America's field, to the smog of the city that was unbearable, than play another game. We don't care about the money, Carlos. No problem with that. And they spoke with the businessman, and they were, of course, not very happy because it was an important game for them. But we were the ones that had the better side of business, and we became stronger, and little by little, we started growing as a team, growing as a squad. We had some good times and bad times with many players. With Pasarela, who wanted to be the captain, and I was not let anyone going to strip the armband from me. And there were people like Valdano, who was pro Pasarela, and Bocha the same. But I tried to create meetings with everyone in the group. Okay, what do you have to say? What are you missing? You're missing this, you're missing the other. The pass to Burruchaga is very similar to the place where Burruchaga started. I gave him the ball, and then I started running. But Burro is 10 meters ahead of me. And thank God, Brigel was marking Valdano on the other side of the pitch, because if Brigel would go out, then Burruchaga would be in offside position. So the one who kept Burruchaga onside was Brigel. And he said, it was very, very good that you beat us 3-2 in this game, because we were going to receive 10 goals during the extra times. Of course, I spoke perfect German. I didn't speak German.
4 years ago, in order to have a happy memory, you were together with a very well-known TV personality who was Andy Kumensov.
A good friend.
They produced a very nice TV pro. Let's watch a little bit of footage about that.
I would love to do so.
In order to motivate you, we're going to do this.
Ah.
What happens to you when you reach that final?
Oh.
Who is this lad?
Oof. I was a bull. Take a look at my legs. Dalma wants to kill me when she said, Dad, you were a horse back then.
They also hit you a lot.
Oh yeah, they hit me so many times. When they equalized, well, after that, I passed the ball to Burruchaga, and we beat them 3-2. And then we went to the Antiopian, and Badel told me, thank you, Diego. Thank you for beating us 3-0. 3-2, because if we went to the extra time, we were going to beat a 7-2. Bridel is the one there, the one who left Uruchaga onside, because his legs were very, very swollen. He was very tired. He just wanted to go back to Germany.
And in television, that goal, you do not see Burruchaga there. When we were here watching on TV, we do not see Burruchaga come
Well, I saw him.
And there he is. Of course, I know you saw him because you gave him the pass.
Yes, because I gave him a short pass.
Do you remember that moment? Do you remember it when you see it on TV?
Listen, there, I told them, calm down, calm down, calm down, because we're going to beat them.
And then they hit you a lot.
Yes, yes, it was a tough game. But there were just some tough minutes
A couple minutes.
where we once again became part of the game. That's the goal.
That's the goal that they scored. Burruchaga's goal, the last one.
Yeah.
And what did you say then? During those final last minutes, what did you say?
No. I said, okay, this is it.
Look, there's the beautiful pass.
There
That's
it is.
fantastic.
There it is. Arbifilo did not give me a penalty, and I was fouled by Schumacher because I was in the middle of the two of them, and he did not gave me a penalty, and then I gave him to the back. So not very smart.
A very good pass.
Because he did not sanction this before. He allowed it to happen.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
It's a penalty.
What happens is that he still fights like an 86.
Of course. Of course.
Because of course you're still complaining there. Look at that. You're still on the ball. Did he sanction it or no? No, why not? And he scored.
No, it was different.
Look at that. Look at that through ball. Fantastic. It's unbelievable. Are you motivated now? Look at that.
Of course I am.
I really like that. That was great.
Very nice.
How do you enjoy with friends, Diego? A lot.
I do. I do, because with Andy, we created a very good rapport. It is a very healthy relationship, very respectful as well. We went from Alcine to Fiorito. We took the train there. I ate at the pizza place where we ate pizza before crossing the Alcina Bridge, because then we had to go to the train.
We want to say hi to them as well, to Gabriel Schultz, to all of those people that are fantastic. You had fantastic times and happy times with them.
Yes, I was
renewed. And you have
renewed.
remembered with that footage.
Yeah, I was renewed because the lads felt the same joy I did. They were not just faking it for the show. No, it's not the case. It wasn't a funny show.
Now, sometimes happiness did not allow us to recognize certain things. What about that lad that carried you during the World Cup?
Do you remember him? He was brought here, and when I saw that it was on his shoulders, I was wondering, okay, so what's happening? But you're not carrying a baby, are you? You'll need to bear with my weight. And he was able to do so. And then we hugged with Ruggeri, I remember this.
And when did you met that lad that carried you?
Well, I met him in the previous program that we had.
After many years.
Many years after, yeah.
He was the one that carried Diego on his shoulder, celebrating the World Cup.
It wasn't my brother, my cousin, my uncle. It wasn't even a friend. He was just a person, a man, just any person who was there for Argentina.
I always say how difficult it is to be Maradona. We were in Brazil in front of the biggest dam in the world and you could not cross.
That is true.
And now, have you been able to see the Kremlin or not?
No.
Well, during Putin's day you were able to see it, I think.
Yes, but after that, and not because, well, there are people of all colors.
How do you feel when you cannot have that tourism or a regular life?
No, I feel alright.
It's what you have to do.
I'm not concerned about that. Sometimes I go to the gym. Sometimes I go to the pool. And then I'm always waiting for the show. And then I watch games. I also speak with Luis Isla because we're preparing Dinamo. Our team, we want the team to do its best. And they're giving us everything. The people I've met are excellent people, people with a lot of money, yes, that they want to make of Dinamo Brest a very good team fighting at the top. And we're going to work as we have worked in every single game or team we've been at.
We still have one block of the show. Can we invite our friends to a commercial break?
We invite you to the next block, de la Mano del Diez.
In teleSUR, we continue with De la Mano del Diez, with Diego, People's Diego. Memories do us a lot of good things. And now we have the future, and tomorrow it is something very difficult for the high part of the ground.
It's a very, very difficult one. Argentina against France and Uruguay against Portugal. Both teams that we're going to face, the ones of Rio de la Plata, are two candidates. And the most important thing would be to go to St. Petersburg, to be there with the lads, to encourage them, to tell them, here we are for you. The same thing that Colombians do. Colombians have fully yellow stadiums. And then we have to do the same thing with both Argentina and Uruguay. Both painted white and blue, because we need to encourage them and also provide them all the mindset necessary, because here your mind is very, very important. We are not waiting for the next match today. Here, either we have our bags ready to go back home, or we continue in the World Cup.
We can see that St. Petersburg was left in your heart. The match is in Kazan, which is 800 kilometers away from there.
Yeah, here, whatever they tell you, it's in the corner. Well, to go to corner, it takes you 300 meters. Everything is too big.
Everything is very big, particularly Moscow, which is impressive. And what about Uruguay? What can we say about them?
Well, I have a lot of trust in Uruguay, because they know They know that the only strength of Portugal is Ronaldo. We know that Portugal is a team that defends well. They're solid. They did not give in with their defenders. And let me say this again. They have Godin, who is able to time things perfectly. He knows when to try to counterattack or to head the ball or to be back, taking a break in order to avoid losing on a head-to-head with whoever plays against him. That's why I'm saying Uruguay has a very good chance of making it through. And I hope that in Argentina, whoever plays, I hope that they play well. And the one who plays will have to demonstrate the people, to show them why they're here in Russia. Because it's still without Messi and maybe Otamendi, I don't think that any of the others, and Mascherano, who's always there showing his experience. But beyond that, I don't think that they have shown a lot.
They need to improve a little bit, particularly some of the lads. They have to
Specifically
have very good matches and not just good matches.
Yes, because if you don't have a score of 6 or above in these games, then they will score against you in the smallest mistake.
Let's leave with this, because what we are going to do now is we are going to show you a very short summary of things that have Diego said during our show during this first group stage.
I'm telling everyone in teleSUR and the world that I'm alive and that I'm very well taken care of. Very well taken care of. And to the mediocre, I cannot make you better. I don't want to start the polemic, but I have to say this. They said Ramos is the best one, and I said no, Godin, he is the best. I think that Argentina playing like this, Sampaoli cannot return to Argentina. I did not have 5 in a row scored, and I'm still the Armando Maradona. I would like to speak to him and tell him, Leo, you're not guilty of anything. You're not to blame for anything.
La madre sanguínea cruzó el perdón, el pibe que corriendo y llorando, el que no ha andado, hoy la situación, mamita querida, daré dinero, seré un Maradona, nunca empezó un día.
That was very beautiful, Diego, because it was not only phrases that you said.
Now, phrases, myself dancing, singing, and a lot of joy. The World Cup makes us all happier, and we are doing better than normally.
There's a lot of adrenaline there.
Yes, a lot of adrenaline.
Let's end, Diego. Let's say hello to every single one of the channels that are with us.
Yes, we've seen this.
70 countries watches, Diego.
Well, you've seen me dancing, singing, and this, I would like to dedicate this to my babu and Dieguito Fernando, my grandchildren, and Victor Hugo. I'm very happy because this first round has given all of us, well, we're doing very, very well. Let's hope to continue like this, and we continue the Mano Del Diez.
Allow me, since I'm a journalist, to show solidarity with 345 people who have been laid down and killed by the government.
It's a shame. It's a shame that they have been fired.
And we are with them.
This is what's happening. Because no one voted for Macri today. No, you're lying. You're lying.
Can you imagine
who voted
that?
for him? His family?
Look at that, 350 families that have been laid off.
Families.
And journalists as well.
Journalists. Some of them called me, as Daniel Arcucci, who expresses his support to us. And also with the journalists and workers that have been taken away from their jobs, and they have no right to do so.
Hello to everybody from Tele in Argentina, and let's go, Diego. Friends, you are invited to our next program, as always, in
De la Mano del Diez.
René González is a hero for the Cuban people. He was infiltrated in Miami-based groups that executed terrorist acts against Cuba. For that, he was caught and imprisoned for more than a decade. He's part of the case known as the Cuban Five, who had a manipulated and politically biased trial. They are all in Cuba now and are very popular political personalities. René, a trained pilot, is now vice president of the Cultural Society José Martí. His job here is to spread the